Yeah, let's do this. Okay, so let's look at our truth bullets. All that we obtained here. We got 17 things. So it's not as much as the things that we obtained from our previous investigations. So victims were Hifumi and Taka. Cause of deaths for each blow was to the head. It was thought that they were both killed with a similar weapon. Luke's harp. It was found in the repository under Taka's body. It was apparently used to move Taka in order to avoid leaving any bloodstains. Okay. Dolly was found when the body was rediscovered in the repository. This specific dolly has no handles, and the blood was found on one of its wheels. It is assumed that this is the same dolly that was in the equipment room where Taka's body was originally discovered. Okay, he was found glasses. There was found in the nurse's office. His glasses were covered in blood. However, when they were next seen in the repository, they were completely clean. Hammers of all shapes and sizes they were found in the repository. One of them was found wet and had apparently been recently washed. Door connected to the art room. The repository was designed to open only from the repository side. According to Aoi, it was locked during the search for the missing body. However, when the body was discovered, it had some of it unlocked. Total blows found in the equipment room when Taka's body was initially found. The entire track had been left behind in the blood. Also found in the trash can in the nurse's office. It is branded with a popular cartoon character and was found with blood on it. One wonder if someone used it to wipe some blood away. His body was disappeared when Celeste Aoi left the nurse's office to use the restroom. Apparently, they weren't gone for more than a minute or so. Note that Yasuhiro wrote to get everyone to meet in the dining hall. Meet in the dining hall is all it says. There are blueprints of Robo Justice that were found in Yasuhiro's room. No one but the hero could have possibly fit into his costume. In addition, anyone wearing it would not be able to see their feet or bend at the waist more than 9 degrees. Apparently, Hero received a mysterious note last night. Note reads, "I found a hole. Maybe we can use a statement. Can't find out. Don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the recommend 1 a.m." Taka's wristwatch broke with the hands pointing just past 6 o'clock. It was confirmed that as of late last night, the watch still worked, which means it must have broken the following morning when he was attacked. Taka's left hand was found clutching a small scrap of paper. That has to be from this paper right here. He had this note written on him. One edge of it appears to be torn. The note reads, "I found a hole. Maybe we can find out. So someone else from now. Let's meet in the room at 6 a.m." Each student has their own e-handbook, which also acts as a card key. Owner's name is displayed each time the handbook is put up. It is believed that no handbooks were involved in carrying out the murder system. I don't know what that has to do with anything, though. That's what I'm confused about. Alright, let's set some skills here. Lost in Thought. Increases the time limit for each phase affected during the class trial. Well, we usually get a lot of time, so I don't think this is good. Stays your aim a little effective during the non-stop debate and the hangman's. Okay, that could be useful. Let's equip that. Anything else? No, that's all I got? Okay. I guess we might as well equip this, cause why not? Alright, is that everything? Alright, I guess we're going in.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results.
Dude, because nobody's sitting next to me anymore because Hifumi died.
If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Now then, to begin with...
We already know who did it!
Was that?
It was Hiro. He does not have an alibi for when the murders took place, and we found him in that suit. Don't try and deny it! You killed them!
I didn't! Someone knocked me out! I was asleep the whole time! I don't know anything about it!
Shut your murdering mouth, murderer!
Who are you calling a murderer?
I am sorry to say, Hiro, but we do have evidence. Blueprints for the suit. Parts we assume were used to build it. And all of it was found in your room. You have to admit, the evidence is quite compelling. It points to you as having created the suit and wearing it while committing crime after crime.
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't know!
Is Hiro really the killer, or before anything else, we have to make that clear. Yasuhiro's message.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
I don't know anything about that stuff! It's not true! It's a conspiracy!
Hiro, why? Why did you kill them?
No! Just hold on a
Wait,
second!
what?
everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the...
What?
No, that's wrong. Are we sure Hiro really made those blueprints?
What do you mean?
Well, take a look at this. It's the note that Hiro wrote, asking everyone to meet up after Alter Ego disappeared. The handwriting's obviously different, wouldn't you say? When you compare it to the blueprints.
There's no way you could think the same person made both of them.
Unless that person made it a point to disguise their handwriting.
No, the differences are bigger than that, I think.
Come on! I'm not smart enough to think of trying to change my handwriting anyway.
So Makoto, are you saying you don't think Hiro's the culprit?
And he's not the only one. I think Hiro's innocent as well.
What?
Then who was in that Robo Justice suit? Is it like Hiro said? Was there really someone running around in a second suit?
The suspicious individual hidden within the suit.
There's no other person. We were all grouped up except for Hiro.
Go ahead, Makoto. Tell them who it was.
And of course he passed it off to me.
Who was in the Robo Justice suit?
The Illuminati? Obviously not Hina. Dude, Illuminati sounds ridiculous. Hiro was in that suit, obviously.
I got it! Other than Hiro, I can't think of anyone else it could have been. Obviously, he was the one in that particular suit. And we never found any kind of second suit.
Then there can be no doubt. Hiro is the prime suspect.
That doesn't make any sense. You just said Hiro didn't do it.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense either.
It makes perfect sense. Hiro was the suspicious individual in the suit, but he's not the culprit.
Who could it be?
So what you're saying is...
That's right. The culprit in this case has nothing to do with being in the Robo Justice suit.
But we were all grouped up.
What?
Now that's a bold assumption.
And what reason do you have to make such a statement? You do have a reason, yes?
If we were all grouped up, then that means there's clear witness.
Of course. But before we get to that, there's something else we need to clarify first. So let's get that out of the way.
Hey, stop trying to boss us around!
All things have a proper order.
So what is it? What needs to be clarified?
We must clarify the method of transportation for Taka's lifeless body. It would seem that his corpse was moved using certain particular items. Makoto, can you tell us what they were?
The things? Do I have to select more than one?
I got it!
Okay, one more thing. This one.
I got it! They were a dolly and a tarp, right? So, let's see if I can explain. Taka's body disappeared from the equipment room, and then we rediscovered it in the repository. And when we found it for the second time, it was wrapped in a blue tarp, right? It was the same tarp that up until then was stored in the equipment room. So the killer must have seen it there and decided to use it when they moved Taka's body. That way, they wouldn't leave any bloodstains while they were moving it.
Okay, that explains the tarp. And the dolly?
Same thing. I'm sure the dolly was in the equipment room when we first found Taka's body there. But when the body disappeared, so did the dolly. Later, when Taka's body reappeared in the repository, so did the dolly.
In other words, you think they used the dolly to move the body, am I right? But are you sure you are not mistaken? Are you absolutely positive the dolly was in the equipment room when we found Taka's body? That dolly was made specifically for moving large objects between the repository and the art room. It would be very strange indeed to discover it had made its way to the equipment room. Is it not possible that it was in the repository all along, and you simply didn't realize it?
She's raised an objection. How do you respond?
There is no shame in being wrong, and nobody expects much from you anyway.
What?
We have all accepted the fact that you rarely understand what is going on around you.
I've never had anyone sound so nice while being so mean, but maybe I can change your mind. If I can just explain to them why the dolly must have been moved from the equipment room to the repository. Okay. There's something new? Let's talk about reloading! Starting with this next bullet time battle, we're gonna add one more ingredient to the recipe. On the bottom of the screen, underneath the tempo marker, you'll see your ammo count. Up until now, there hasn't really been a limit on how you destroy your opponent's statements. But from now on, just locking on and pressing that won't be enough to handle them. Now it costs you 1 bullet to destroy a single remark. Once you run out of bullets, you can't destroy any more statements, no matter how locked on you are. You have to reload by pressing that, okay? Just like locking on, you'll have to press the X in time with the tempo marker. Basically, just remember that the X now has a functioning along with A and Y. You automatically reload at the start of fever time, and your ammo will not decrease. Okay, but that's too early for fever time. But if your action difficulty is set to gentle, you won't have to reload at all. So you have infinite ammo in gentle. Wait, moment of truth?
You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst, you miserable wretch.
Oh!
You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere.
Dude!
Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch.
Holy crap!
This should prove it.
Holy crap, that was insanely hard. Dude, I have to
You're
switch
asking
between
for proof
3
that the dolly moved.
buttons.
I have it right here. When I found the dolly in the repository, one of the wheels had a blood stain on it. There was a pool of blood in the equipment room with a tire mark in it that matched the dolly wheel's tread. The killer probably rolled the dolly through the blood on accident as they wheeled the body out of the room. And as the blood dried on the tire, they moved the body into the repository. So there's my proof that the dolly was used to move Taka's body.
Does Celeste really hate me that much?
Anyway, that was just something we had to get out of the way. Let's get back to the main subject.
Yeah, the subject of how Robo Justice didn't do it. Because if it's not a killer robot, then what kind of robot is it?
I'm not sure that really matters.
I'd be happy to explain why the occupant of the suit couldn't possibly be the killer. If you look back on how the body was transported, it will become immediately obvious.
But look at how the body was moved. It'll be clear that why the person in the suit couldn't have done it. What does he mean by that?
As we know, Taka was killed in the equipment room.
Yes.
And from there, the body was moved to the repository, correct?
Yeah, the culprit wrapped the body in the tarp, then loaded it onto the dolly and wheeled it off, right?
Now, keep in mind that the dolly doesn't have a handle.
Yes.
Well, yeah. But even without a handle, all you'd have to do is bend over. Then you could push the dolly no problem.
So the killer just crouched down and carted the body off to the repository.
If you accept everything we just said, then you must realize that whoever was in the suit couldn't possibly be the culprit.
Sorry, I don't think I realized anything.
The dolly doesn't have any handles, so to push it, you'd have to be able to bend over. But would anyone wearing that suit have been able to actually scoop down like that?
As we know, and from there.
Yeah, the cop then loaded it on.
Now, keep in mind.
Well, yeah. But all you'd have to do is bend over.
No.
There we go, that's what I was meant to do.
You're absolutely right that you could push a dolly without a handle if you stoop down low. But if you were wearing that suit, do you think you could actually get into a position like that?
What do you mean?
Think back to what you said when we were all checking out the suit together. Remember?
I'm blind as a bat in here. Can't you see my feet? I can't see my feet at all. I'm surprised you got anywhere in this thing. I'm telling you, it wasn't me. And not to mention, you totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
When you're in that suit, not only can you not see your feet, but you can't even bend at the waist. Am I right about that?
Now that you mention it, yeah.
It seems like it'd be awfully hard to push that dolly if you couldn't bend over.
Well, what's to stop you from simply pushing the dolly with your feet?
When you can't even see your feet? You really think someone could kick the dolly all that way?
Yeah, it'd be totally impossible. Not that I can say for sure myself.
On top of that, if you were wearing such a rigid, cumbersome suit, it's very unlikely you would have the dexterity to go about wrapping the body in a tarp.
Well, I mean, isn't that just a matter of taking off the suit when you're ready to move the body?